There's been many hot topics to come out of the Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal trailer. Lots about Strelitzia, lots about Sora's new costume, though one of my favorite little ideas is about Sora not having his memories. Now, I've seen this all over the place. I've seen so many fan artists do little comic posts or illustrations where Sora is meeting up with like Riku and Kairi, and he just has no recollection of them, creating some pretty interesting interactions that are pretty tear-jerking and heartbreaking as well if they were to happen. But this is something that is a very interesting concept and is worthy of discussion. Does Sora have his memories? It's a pretty valid question given that Sora is essentially close to dead. Due to Sora abusing the power of waking in Kingdom Hearts 3, the ramifications of it were him not being able to return to the realm of light. It's a little vague, but we know that this eventually led to Sora being in Quadratum, being to this other side. What makes this idea very interesting is that Sora would essentially be a somewhat blank slate in Kingdom Hearts 4, at least in the opening segment, if this were to be the case. This would lead to potential further immersion into the Quadratum world, and as touched upon earlier, the interest in an interaction between Sora and Riku and Kairi or something where Sora doesn't remember either of them, which after everything those characters have been through together would really just be emotional. Even in Chain of Memories, while Sora not remembering the bits and details of who exactly Kairi was, remember the feeling of this girl from the island that he hung around, that he really wanted to protect, that he really wanted to be around, hence being Naminé in that instance. So for him to not remember anything at all would be something pretty fresh and just unique. Now, unfortunately, with as interesting of an idea as this is, I do think Sora still has his memories. However, this is not necessarily confirmation, but I do have a little bit of slight evidence or discussion points that lead me to think this. For starters, we have to think about Strelitzia's role here a little bit. Strelitzia, while being here potentially under some different circumstances that might not just be her demise in Union Cross, which we definitely got to talk about at some point. If we think of the simplistic idea that a Kingdom Hearts character dies and ends up here in some capacity, maybe there's some specific circumstances around their death, maybe they have a strong will or there's something else going on. Strelitzia knows that this world is like a afterlife, though she's probably been here way longer than Sora has, but we don't know how time flows here. We don't know if time is just stagnant or if it's ongoing, but she is like a guide to Sora in this world, and I imagine that will be the case throughout the actual game as well. But one of the biggest things that makes me think Sora does still have his memories is mostly him summoning his Keyblade. Now, I know this could very easily just be muscle memory, but out of everything in that Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, feeling very different from what we've ever seen from Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we have the real world city. Yeah, we have this big monster, which is pretty Kingdom Hearts-esque, though just this whole aesthetic was very different for Kingdom Hearts. But the most like Sora and the most recognizable scene from Sora was the way he ran towards like the fight and summoned his Keyblade. To me, that looked like the Sora that we played through like the entire series with. And I feel like even if it's something pretty small, I feel like that has to be somewhat proof or somewhat of an example that he does have some recollection, maybe not everything, but he has something there regarding his memories. Probably just has them in general. He's probably going to be trying to find a way back, or he's probably going to be trying to solve the issues in this world, but where does he even start? And the potential plot of Sora trying to regain his memories back could be an interesting place to start, because while trying to regain some of your memories perhaps, or just wandering throughout the city, you stumble across, you know, a couple of details, a couple of things here and there, maybe a Zora here, a Riku there, a master here, maybe another lost foreteller here. A lot could happen off of a plot line like that, and it could really move the story along and create for some very interesting things. But we've only seen like barely 2 minutes of Kingdom Hearts 4, and we still have Missing Link and Dark Road to get through, so I have no idea what this story is going to unfold like or what they're going to do with it exactly. These are just some interesting thoughts and opinions I've seen some people talk about, and I thought I wanted to discuss them as well. Tell me what you think down below though. How do you feel about Sora potentially having his memories in Kingdom Hearts 4? Do you think he has them? Do you think he doesn't? What would you potentially prefer if you have a preference? Let's get a discussion going about that in the comment section down below. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer.